Welcome to my art cave. I am Leonard, and this is my duck Seymour. Please, Seymour, don't move, don't move. Thanks. I'm going to draw you plenty of good pictures today. Please pay attention. I will not hesitate for one moment. You must listen to every word I say. Oh, sorry, we're on. Okay, you'd like to see some ellipses today. I understand this. One of the few things I do understand. Here we go. Drawing upside down is quite hard. This is an ellipse. Quite simply, a circle turned on its z-axis in the dimensional plane. This is not an ellipse. It is simply some kind of vomit or something that someone put on the paper. This right here, bad. This right here, good. It's as if this circle was turned on the z-axis, right in this plane here, and then the spaceships come in and then they attack it with large photon torpedo. And then this blows up. But as you can see, the ellipse is just a cell. Okay, let's hit this up. As you can see, I turned the page magically without even turning it. Here is a group of buildings, 3 buildings. As you can see, there's me. We're talking about atmospheric perspective. Atmospheric perspective is what we call the fading and the darkening of things that are much farther away. Say if I'm on top of Mount Washington and I'm viewing the city. Buildings farther away will be much darker. The buildings closer will have more contrast, darker colors, and darker overall value, and be much sharper on the edges. Here I demonstrated that. This person here is looking at these buildings. Alright, now that you understand the atmospheric perspective, I'm going to demonstrate 1-point perspective and 2. 1-point perspective. All lines coming from a single point on the page specified, all lines jutting out from this point in a very violent manner, easy for hallway shots, different various rooms. You can have another wall here, and this is what is seen. 1-point perspective, everything coming from this point. As you can see, nothing is exaggerated, everything is how it should be. Okay, 2-point perspective. 2 points. Many lines coming down, lots of lines going through the 2 points. This is easier for different pushes in the perspective plane. For instance, we have a cube here. This cube was drawn using the 2-point perspective method. It's not exact, but you can see a 3-dimensional view. It's not straight on, it's not at the side or a profile view. Next lesson for today, deep space. And you better put some echo on that. I'm gonna get my demonstration paper from out of my magical zone. Here we are, deep space shading. Simple circle, this is the Earth. This is the moon. The sun is here. It's very small. The sun projecting the rays from various directions, just from this direction today, will be affecting this side of the moon. And this side of the Earth. Over here is China. They're busy sleeping. Over here is the United States. We're busy having fun times with our cell phones and SUVs. This is shaded white. For a better demonstration, here's another rendering. The sun rays coming from this direction, right from this line, directing to this planet, and these are waves. And there is Moby Dick here. Are you in complete understanding of the depth of space?
Yeah!
Very good! Next demonstration. Cheerio, demonstration 1. Notice how the light affects the bow, the rendering of the bow, and how it bounces off various points of the bow is more contrasty in areas and more gradiented in other areas. Notice here the darkness. Notice here the the lightness. Notice here how this gradient is very, very contrasty, very sharp. It goes from almost dark to perfectly white, almost bright white. And another demonstration I will show you is the cylinder. Here is a Cheerio, Ishlik Pism, demonstration 2. A cylinder. Notice the light coming from this direction. The light is a flashlight. This light here will produce a very harsh shadow coming up from the cylindrical shape onto the very light ground. The background here is dark. This is not a three-dimensional shape. It is actually on a 2D plane. As you can see, it's a piece of paper. Don't be confused by this. Here we have the very slight gradients going in almost bowed shape, producing a very rounded texture, making it very, very three-dimensional. And inside here we have another dark area, because this is obviously a hollowed out cylindrical shape. And this is also dark because the light is affecting this side only. That is what you've learned in the Cheerio karaoke. Next lesson, if it doesn't get boring for you, please pay attention. Still life composition. Over here, we have our duck Seymour. Please be safe, Seymour. Please be okay. You're good. You're good. Just put the sheet over your head. I'm going to put the sheet over Seymour to demonstrate the lines converging to one central point, much like one-point perspective, but in a more rendering still life sort of way. As you can see, the lines here, coming up straight to the point of the head. You're okay, Seymour. You're okay. You can breathe. You can breathe. Another line coming here. And we will place this mini hacksaw on top of the duck's head. It's the blade side out. The blade side. Be careful. Okay. He's good. The lines converging from this line, from the sheet here, are producing a much, much greater value in the subject matter. If the hacksaw was just, oh, sorry. Okay. If the hacksaw was just sitting here, it's not very interesting. It's just a hacksaw on top of a duck. With the sheet on it, producing many lines, with a very, very drab pattern, you won't pay attention to it anyway. So, this is obviously a very good idea if you want to produce still life compositions. This is our wide shot. Notice that this is the eraser. It's pink. This eraser is full on in the shot completely to define exactly where it is among these other things on the table. Next, we will be showing you the other various shots that you can show with much closer angles and various pushes of the camera perspectives. This is a medium shot. As you can see, the eraser is in the frame, wherever the frame, around here somewhere, and it's not showing the full depth of the table, but mainly the eraser as the subject matter. This defines what you're actually planning on shooting in the close-up shot later. This is a close-up shot. This clearly defines that this is the eraser in the central point of the shot. Notice the detail of the eraser, and you can notice that the pencil shavings are all over the eraser, making sure that it's a pink eraser. Now that you can see that it's clearly in the close-up shot, we'll have an extreme close-up shot. As you can see, the eraser is entering my mouth, and I'm eating it, and it's choking me right now.
I can't breathe.
Well, that's all for our show today. Thank you for listening, and please, please rewind the tape to the beginning and watch it again, and again, perhaps, maybe even again. Thank you very much. Here's our outro song. Art Cave is so nice.
Oh, Seymour, so beautiful. Oh, your eyes. Oh, beautiful.
And saying that you had to go. New day, turn away, wipe away the tear. A new night, feel right.
The government doesn't want you to know. But there's something very strange in your Kool-Aid. Something you shouldn't know about.